Whew. All right, Todd, here we go. Human Mirror, your first cast of the day couldn't be any better. On the upper right-hand side for Sweden, did someone call a doctor? He has arrived. Here's ThorZaIN. On the bottom left-hand side, lots of pressure on him, has to survive. He was a staple in the playoffs here at DreamHack until last fall when Starbuck eliminated him. Will it be ThorZaIN this time? Fighting for the year-ends finals is HawK.
Do you think ThorZaIN has a special prescription ready for HawK?
Ooh, I hope he brought the surgical knife. He needs some great timings, man. He needs some surgical strikes if he wants to best HawK in this matchup. HawK, historically, a phenomenal matchup versus Human, dating back to like the early 2010s, where he was one of the best Human Mirror players in the world, was on one level with the THs, the Infis, the Yumikos of this world. But ThorZaIN is never to be underestimated. I wonder, against Foggy, we saw that ThorZaIN had some issues balancing resources, too much gold, not enough lumber. He needs to fix that for sure to have a chance here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very different matchup. Like, in Human Mirror, it's not that common that the opponent's going to be attacking you and killing all of your peasants, especially on maps without lightning shields. But yeah, in this case, on this map, things can get wild very quickly because it's not a very big expansion map. Like, it's not super common to fast expand. It's very hard to pull off. Sometimes some players will attempt to do the lab early, but usually the standard is that you creep like HawK is doing it. Like the small camp near your base, then you move up towards the opponent's, which is also towards the opponent's expansion, and you do the Murloc camp, which is also your insurance in case he goes expansion quickly, because then you're already in his face and able to kill stuff. Look at what HawK's doing. He's going around here. He used the footman to scout that this top camp was being done, and he's trying to get a creepjack. And ThorZaIN is playing much more defensive, by the way, than is the norm. He didn't quite go across the map to do anything.
Yeah, this early game, I would give it to HawK. Nice deny by ThorZaIN, of course. The item stolen by the Archmage. Now, interesting situation. HawK had a lot of information, wanted to creepjack, didn't cause too much damage here, couldn't prevent level 2. And this was, in the end, a lot of wasted time for the Archmage and Footies.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really expect any kills to happen at this stage because there's fountains. So everybody's going to put some effort into escaping with whatever footmen are being damaged and then healing back up. HawK at the bottom. It looks like he's going to be able to get that turtle camp, which will give him level 2 quicker than ThorZaIN here. But the Arcane Tower, I think, will finish on time to help save everything in the main. Actually, no, ThorZaIN was already level 2. So it's good. Yeah, it's still equal. Circlet pretty good for ThorZaIN here. Obviously, for a little bit of extra damage. But yeah, from there, when the game starts like this, Remo's going to be relieved to learn that it's pretty much always a breaker war. Unless ThorZaIN were to be the one to try that castle. I'm going to look so smart if he does.
That could definitely be the case, but, you know, I'm a little bit of a fan of Breaker Wars. It's a lot of micro involved, of course, there as well when both players are on even footing. Great body block here. ThorZaIN had deny already, so he's showing up in shape, and an Archmage with 2 circlets is quite powerful.
Yeah, actually losing a footman here, that's a little bit sloppy by HawK. Maybe if he had played this a bit more carefully, would have been able to avoid that. Wait, let me get this straight. Penguin's a nice guy, and you like Breaker Wars. Like, are you trying to be edgy or what, Neo? What's going on here?
I mean, it's spectacular fights that last for like 3 to 4 minutes sometimes. I don't mind.
And you think castle fights end instantly with everything getting staffed and having like knights having more HP?
Dude, if you ask me, do you want to see Breaker Wars or do you want to see Human Tier 3? Of course I'm going for Human Tier 3, but I'm not bored if I see a Breaker War. Especially not with these players.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Thank you.
HawK almost got surrounded, but to be honest, he had the Cloak of Shadows, so I don't know why ThorZaIN was even trying that. Maybe he didn't pick up on it, maybe he just wanted to log the surround and buy dust immediately after. HawK about to lose another footman here. ThorZaIN is known for his micro as well, and I gotta say, been doing a very good job of that. A bit of a block on the other side, but HawK will be able to evacuate with that one footman here. What's Elemental about to die? Can he get the deny? Yes!
ThorZaIN is playing really good, denying a lot of XP. For a while, it looked like HawK is taking the lead in experience here. ThorZaIN, whoop, little micro bug with the footman, and this deny did not go his way. So HawK just inches away from level 3, the powerful level 2 water elementals, but goes to show that ThorZaIN had the Brilliance Aura a little earlier, so his mana looks a tiny bit better than HawK's.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, they're both going for double Sanctum. I assume here HawK usually is not one to shy away from Breaker Wars, and ThorZaIN also going for the double Sanctum, which started way earlier than HawK's here. Very clean macro here by ThorZaIN. I mean, he was a Terran player. You're supposed to have really good macro if you play Terran, because you can't float any minerals. You need to always get enough Marines and all that stuff all the time, and to be able to fight properly.
Well, he kind of forgot about that in his match against Foggy then, huh?
Well, if you give him like 2,000 minerals and no gas, obviously he's gonna have a hard time, because then all he can do is Marines. Well, the same thing was true here. He had no lumber because he kept losing peasants, because peasants are much worse than SCVs.
Yeah, they are so bad. Oh man, how can you even start the game with a couple of peasants? HawK lost a lot of footmen, and this will go into creep speed now. He was healing up at the fountain a little bit, but in the meantime, ThorZaIN is already preparing the spot for the Mountain King. Very good experience, and on HawK's side, he's going for the aggressive once again, and I'm not too sure if he can do too much here now.
Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised. Like, this almost feels upside down in that ThorZaIN's the one playing standard and playing a confident expansion on tier 2 Breaker War, and HawK's the one pressuring, like he's the underdog or something.
Right? I feel the same. Usually these kind of pushes are not what you do, I think. And look at the superiority of the footman for ThorZaIN. Like, another footman going down. This is very close to MK level 2. Water Elemental will be able to reach. Boom, splash. And HawK, this is not good. ThorZaIN has an expansion coming up now. We'll be able to power build this, and HawK needs to make a play to stay competitive on map 1.
Yeah, I don't think he will all in on one base though. I think he's getting upgrades first going here, as we see. And he's just gonna delay his expansion a little bit. But if he wanted to do something before getting the expansion, I think he should have tried to maybe pull that center camp to grab the item from the red. Because if you get like, let's say, Unholy Aura, Endurance, or War Drums, it can help you out so much later on in the game. Like, it would be worse to delay your expansion for that. But it's very hit or miss though. Like, if you get Brilliance or Cloak of Flames, obviously you absolutely hate your life.
That is, of course, good money that you get from the shop, and a lot of experience from this unique camp in the middle. HawK is trying to catch up. Empty inventory on the Mountain King. ThorZaIN holds on to the crystal ball, right? Yeah, I like that for more information. So counter expansion, okay, but ThorZaIN should be in a position to either go for the red or push this a little bit, like poke into HawK's base. His expansion is up.
He's going for the reds. And I think he's going to be able to get away with securing it easily. Great pull by ThorZaIN here in an unusual corner as well. So if HawK even went there, it would take too long to realize exactly what's happening. What does he get? Yeah, he hates his life now.
You jinxed this, Todd.
As if.
This is
As
like...
if I had these powers.
These item drops are a little bit memey. First we had a crystal ball, then HawK gets a ring +4, ThorZaIN gets a Katgas. Somehow you're a bad luck charm when it comes to these drops for the players.
Actually,
here.
ring +4 here. Very decent in Breaker Wars.
No. Tell me you didn't just say that. Remo, mark this day on the calendar. October 9, 2021.
I am pinching myself. Is this a dream? Have I heard this correctly?
I don't know. Todd.
Well, close +9 still would be better, but this is the one moment where ring is actually not as bad as in the other matchups.
Maybe ThorZaIN should check on you after this game. I still can't believe my ears. But yeah, you're right. Tankiness is appreciated on a tanky hero. Here comes the push for ThorZaIN. This expansion didn't really pay off yet. The tower isn't up for now. The priest mispositioned though, so it goes down, and HawK calls the militia, and that's the sign for ThorZaIN to get out.
HawK's always very quick to call militia in this kind of fight. It actually gets level 3 here. ThorZaIN trying to evacuate. ThorZaIN's quicker expansion has given him a bit of a supply lead, but HawK is going to be ahead on the upgrades. Ever so slightly, actually. Really not by much. It's, I think, like around 20 seconds because he forgot to start the +1 armor after getting the +1 attack, even though he had the lumber for it.
Whoops. Little bit of an XP lead as well for ThorZaIN, who is trying to go for the consumable and the lab now. But HawK knows exactly what's happening. Stormbolt again. The priest a little bit too exposed. Nice deny though. But the camp might be going to the Russian. HawK clawing back into this game. We do have control magic on both sides, but that's just more experience at the moment for ThorZaIN.
Ooh, ThorZaIN. His Mountain King is getting targeted, and neither player actually went for... Oh, actually, no, he has the invuln. So ThorZaIN actually stole the invuln and the scroll of HawK. That's very well done, but he definitely needs to swap the Khadgar and Crystal Ball on the Archmage. That's a little bit surprising he didn't even sell that. He has full inventory now. If the Mountain King was close to the Rock Golem, he couldn't even take the item. Maybe he should just use the replenishment potion, because he needs hit points and mana.
No water elementals anymore here, no new ones at least. ThorZaIN with the militia taking care of the rock golem now. Big last hit. 663 experience here. Okay, gets it. Greater healing, not too bad if there's a focus fire coming, and that Zeppelin of course helps in the micro department. Ay, HawK now getting end-snared as well. This would be the second breaker falling, but he squeezes through. Also the water elemental not dispelled, not stolen. Both players leave each other on 3-3 levels, but ThorZaIN is really close to 4, half a level ahead of HawK's Archmage.
Yeah, that's... I mean, every level is very important here, because level 4 means Brilliance level 2 before the opponents. And then that affects not just both of your heroes, but all of your priests and all of your breakers. Yes, breaker mana matters actually here, because there's going to be that ping-pong game of water elementals going back and forth, which if you have level 4, you're going to win it basically every single time.
Look at Todd. We have a fight in the middle, but ThorZaIN, this might just be a distraction. Zeppelin and Shredder going into HawK's expansion. If the multitasking is on point, it looks like it is. The block by ThorZaIN is impeccable, and this Shredder push, HawK is ready with the Water Elemental, will put in some damage, but of course it's not part of the fight. HawK's forces, 58 supply only against 65. Mountain King looks good on both sides, but of course level 2 Brilliant Zora working in favor of the Swede now. Another priest goes down, and this seems like the game is spiraling out of control. Breaker almost surrounded here, and the Shredder leaves. Didn't do much damage, but definitely caught HawK by surprise. Needed to focus on that, and the fight continues in the middle.
Yeah, HawK's trying to catch up in supply here. He's one upgrade ahead. He's got 2-1 against 1-1. The micro on those breakers and priests, very important on both sides. The water elementals, if you can have 3, the opponent has 0. Usually you're doing pretty damn well in the fight in terms of damage. 2 footmen in the expansion of ThorZaIN are going on an absolute slaughter. So much for not as many peasants dying in this matchup. HawK found a hole in the defense of the doctor.
Okay there. Oh, little bit of a missed opportunity here. The priest could have been sniped, and yeah, these footmen might need a Medal of Honor after this map. Could turn this game around with the extra income. He's closing the supply gap. ThorZaIN again at the shop, sold a lot of his items now. Invo Potion on the Mountain King. Nothing on the Archmage. Invo Potion on HawK's MK as well. We don't see any tier 3 techs happening. Second defense upgrade for HawK, who's then on 2-2. ThorZaIN just researching the 2-1, so HawK started a little comeback here.
Yeah, but he's late at the fountain here. If ThorZaIN is able to finish this, that would be huge here. One of the priests taking a lot of damage right now. He's about to die. One more hit from the Drake. I think he retargeted just on time. Mountain King gets counter-engaged. They both have an invuln. Dodging the invuln when the opponent doesn't, in terms of the Stormbolt being thrown mid-air, sometimes can mean the win or loss. So we're gonna have to pay close attention to when they use these here in the fight.
HawK is still not level 4 on his Archmage. Still level 3 here. Level 2 Brilliance are missing severely. MK level 4 now himself. And finally, he gets more regen on his mana. Supply is so even. ThorZaIN continues to focus the Mountain King here. Wonder if that's the right choice. A kingdom for a heal scroll. And now we got the Breaker War 100% in the middle. But one of the priests doing very, very exposed. HawK trying to salvage this with focusing the Mountain King a little. But that is at max an Invo Potion. We see it here.
And ThorZaIN sent back his Zeppelin for some reason. I think he wanted to make sure the Shredder got home, but Zeppelin would have been so helpful in the fight to pick up his Mountain King whenever he's low. This is really weird.
Oh,
He should
man.
definitely be bringing that over. I was like very impressed that he bought that in the first place because
Yeah.
he can do a lot for you. Greater healing was transferred. It's almost like a bait, this mount tanking. But the mount tanking of HawK is about to get level 4. If he kills 2 units, and that would be extra mana for a Stormbolt. So very dangerous as well.
On the other
He's gonna
side,
get the units.
ooh, there we go. HawK comes in. This might be the play, but ThorZaIN plays it safe. Uses the greater healing. Breaker War in the middle. Again, the Water Elemental Ping Pong. ThorZaIN level 5 now.
That's Brilliance level 3 here every single time for those priests, for those breakers, for the mount tanking and the Archmage as well. Mount tanking uses the invuln, but HawK's mount tanking is so low. ThorZaIN, I think, is fine. He can just fall back here.
Trying to retreat, even supply, but for how long? More breakers about to fall. HawK has to take care of this Mountain King. He can't lose. Whoever loses a hero is definitely dead. Water Elemental Ping Pong continues. Of course, always more mana for ThorZaIN, but the Breaker Concave looks a lot better for HawK at the moment.
HawK has played so many breaker mirrors, much more than ThorZaIN, that is for sure. He's met Blades, Johnny Cage multiple times in tournaments.
Ooh.
He's acquired so much experience in breaker mirror, so he's confident in the micro that's required here. Level 5 reached for ThorZaIN on his Mountain King, but he almost lost it. Town portals out. Sometime he's walled in. I think he's walled in.
Oh no.
He's sending the Zep over. Okay, we're good, we're good.
Forces are under attack.
For now, at least. Man, HawK! He had almost no advantage in the beginning of the fight and still made it very, very competitive. This started like 3 minutes ago when ThorZaIN was trying to take this Drake.
Yeah.
Now going to HawK, and that is Runed Bracers. Can be decent if the Mountain King is getting focused, but of course you're hoping for an aura here.
Yeah, something like True Shot is kind of crazy because you have so much ranged units here with all the breakers, Water Elemental, Archmage. But ThorZaIN being 5-5, I mean, you're never, ever supposed to lose here if you're him. Even if he was slightly behind in supply, he would still be supposed to be ahead. He's getting the final upgrade that he needs, so he's going to be 2-2 against 2-2 in a second.
Forces are under attack.
And he's even going to compete for the lab of HawK. I think he might be under the impression that HawK's very close to 5 on both his heroes, even though that's not particularly the case. But doesn't want to let that happen. He wants to fight while he's got these levels ahead. Can he get the item? Scroll the Beast picked up. Yeah, kind of useless with this army.
Still
But he could maybe sell it down the line.
Exactly, you can trade it for a heal scroll or something. Todd, both players are going tier 3. We're getting one of the best mirror scenarios that we could have hoped for. High level, 2-base, full out tech. And then I wouldn't be too surprised to see Knights and Mortars and Inner Fire soon.
Well, ThorZaIN needs to stop diving here with less army. Because he's got less breakers here, we can clearly see that, but he wants to trade for some reason. I think just these hero levels are making him very confident. HawK's micro, though, is very clean. ThorZaIN takes the Zeppelin away. That would have been so huge if HawK got that, because then he could almost literally save everything other than what's being Stormbolted.
MK gets...
ThorZaIN, that's how you lose heroes in the game. The Archmage gets Stormbolted.
Oh, needs to save him! Ooh.
The target was too late. He actually could have targeted a bit quicker and maybe gotten it.
ThorZaIN maybe overconfident. HawK is pushing forward, getting a lot of experience here from this fight. Zeppelin is not full yet. The priest on the ground could be sniped, but there's no mana currently.
HawK's tier 3 is completed. ThorZaIN's about to be. So HawK has Paladin on the way. He's getting Fractured. He's getting his first Knight.
Wow.
HawK is so experienced in Human Mirror. Like, this really feels like the entire game he was slightly behind, but the experience, like I said, that he's acquired over time in this matchup is really... Like, he just doesn't make enough mistake to let you close out those games.
Yeah.
I've also had the same problem. I have a 0% win rate in tournaments against HawK, but every time I win a map in those games, it's like you just can't finish him. Even if you get ahead, just finds a way to hang in there, and he's just so consistent with his performance.
Yeah, we had some great Human Mirror finals and 4-player Gold Cups between HawK and Death Note. Human Mirror at its finest. We're getting closer and closer to level 6 here. MK has no invul potion though. He's got to be so careful, but he's not aware, or he doesn't have to be afraid of a Stormbolt. Oh no, he surrounds the Archmage. That's a TP out. Can he keep the Shredder alive? Can he keep everything alive? Looks like it. Whew. And now ThorZaIN has time for his tier 3 and gets 2 breakers for free, possibly.
Yeah, level 6 could be big here on either hero for ThorZaIN, and I mean, it might seem like he's not that close, but 5.7 and 5.5. I mean, units die pretty fast in those fights. HawK's army, though, definitely better. He's got 2 knights now. And he has a second mortar about to come out. Let me tell you, frag shards here melts absolutely everything. And I think if he can start the fountain now and not be contested, and it looks like it's going to be the case. Oh, actually, no, he's pushing. I would have expected him to get Mountain King level 5 first, but I think he realizes that ThorZaIN might be healing and might need a bit more time, so he's not going to give him any time.
Yeah, ThorZaIN is not making use of his tier 3 yet. I think he forgot production a little bit. The Pally is so far away. Knights are so far away. This might be the timing for HawK. We do have heal scrolls. We got the Paladin in. He wants to take him out, the healer, immediately. The little birdies are not enough. Nice staff on the other side. Archmage in trouble. ThorZaIN leaves the game, and HawK. Whew, that was stressful, but the resiliency starting the comeback and keeps his EPT final dreams alive.
That looked like a drop.
Not again, dude.
I didn't even think of this. I've never seen ThorZaIN not say GG, and also he still had he's still in an army. That was weird.
It was pretty much over, to be honest, but he could have held on a bit more, and normally, yeah, ThorZaIN always says GG. If this was a drop, should this be a regame or not?
I'm pretty sure ThorZaIN would say, nah, it's fine. But you never know. Yeah, the thing is, you always have a chance. Like, the supplies were not that far apart. Like, of course, HawK was ahead now. He had 2 knights and 2 mortars, but it's human mirror. He has Stormbolt level 3. You have Stormbolt level 3 in a dream. You stay in the game.
Whew, boy. So far, we don't have any complaints. We don't see that, but maybe the admins are talking to the players.
The second map is hosted.
And it's HawK's map.
It's HawK's
That's
map
Refuge.
now. Yeah. Very, very different. Has mercenaries. We will talk about that, of course, once it starts. Oh, man. This was a...
figure out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. First, we need to figure out what happened there. Maybe it was just a rage quit, though it seems unlikely, considering ThorZaIN's history. Even at DreamHack Anaheim, with what happened to him there, he was an utter gentleman throughout all of it.
Yeah, he went and shook Moonsand after the series.
Yeah.
And then I asked him about him on the tunnel, and he was like, yeah, inside I was raging so hard.
Dude, I was sitting in the crowd right in front of the stage, and I could see his eyes. He had so much fury in his eyes. He was really, really upset, understandably. Sick game, though, by HawK, right? Absolutely agree with what you guys said. HawK was behind pretty early. His early movement was kind of weird. Seemed over-aggressive. So ThorZaIN just expanded quickly on tier 2 and didn't get punished for it at all. And HawK kind of seemed to be on the back foot for a long time, but then extended fights, long, drawn-out engagements. HawK was able to get the upper hand with a tier 3 in the end. Unfortunately, we didn't see the big tier 3 fight fully fleshed out coming into play on both ends. But that could be the case here on Last Refuge. Okay, what are they saying, by the way?
We're getting it confirmed. It wasn't a drop. ThorZaIN wrote GG, but quit it a little too early, so it wasn't sent.
Yeah, that happens to me every game too.
Yeah, right? Is that so? Is that so, Todd? No, it's not a ThorZaIN DreamHack curse here, just a little bit of a coincidence, I guess. But he's at GG now, so all good between the players. Pressure on ThorZaIN, man. He had a lead. What was the big mistake? The fight at the lab bottom left, or just forgetting about production at the arrival at tier 3?
I think that on the lab on the right-hand side, he got creepjacked, and also he sent the Zep back. And yeah, he didn't realize there was a lot actually. Yeah, he didn't realize those 2 footmen killed so many of his peasants. That's really not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
like he didn't hear it or something, because you hear when you're being attacked. You always have to have an eye on the minimap. And if you hear that these footmen are there, then you send 2 or 3 militia, and then it's totally fine. And then you get ready for the next time, maybe by leaving 1 or 2 of your own footmen in your own peasant line at the expo, and then you're totally safe. But now, losing as many peasants as it is, it kind of really like brought HawK back in the game. HawK accumulated a lot of breakers, and I think he fought better on the other side, on the right-hand side, because he has so much experience in breaker wars. He knows the right thing to target.
Oh man, The first map that HawK ever won against ThorZaIN in a competitive WarCraft match. We just saw it. Last Refuge is next. Both players here, of course, highly focused. ThorZaIN very thoughtful. Maybe regretting a couple of his moves there on Concealed. But yeah, high
Probably gonna
pressure.
be last Merc Camp creep first, of course. Big items here to be dropped. What's your favorite item, HawK, from the first Merc Camp?
Come on, you know it's...
I mean, there's a couple of good ones, right? Robe, Soapy Mask.
Yeah,
Aura.
Robe is number 1, bro. Actually, I
By
think True Shot is also quite good. You should ask me what's the worst, because that's usually what I get.
What is
That
the
I can
worst?
answer a lot better. Belts, Rune Bracer.
Yeah. Quel'Thalas?
I don't know how I'll ever get these two, and they're terrible. Quel'Thalas actually helps you do a little bit of extra damage. The other two are truly useless.
What about Lionhorn?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, all right.
What about we start this match, boys?
That's a good
Whatever
idea.
you want, boss.
Oh. I like the sound of it. Here we go. 1-0 for HawK. One step away from his rematch against Starbuck, which would be match number 4 between them in just 2 DreamHack seasons. ThorZaIN with his back against the wall once again, facing elimination after round 1. He's playing great games. He did against Foggy, and the first map was good as well, but it just wasn't enough. He made it very competitive though. Just 1 or 2 mistakes too many, and HawK, the resiliency, the comeback, the fighting spirit, he will show this again. So, we said Last Refuge is a lot different from Concealed, and Todd will tell you why.
Because there is a very easily accessible mercenary camp, which usually means that this is the first camp that you creep, making expanding immediately after very enticing. And that's usually the build order of choice of a lot of players, but HawK sometimes I've seen him push on one base. Even though on this map, I think most of the time he just kind of accepts that it's going to be Expo and Mercenaries against Expo and Mercenaries. ThorZaIN on the other side, I think he's often the guy to go kind of against that, which is very rare. So he'll do those pushes on one base where he'll scout the main base, see if there is no Arcane Tower. If there isn't, he'll go for the main. Otherwise, he can go for the Expo with Defend, with his own Mercenaries. So there's all these little mind games. ThorZaIN is also very capable of just expanding himself, but I kind of got the feeling that he prefers to play on one base and to be the pusher against somebody that expands.
I'm Your Pusher is a great song by a German band. You know that, Todd?
No.
It's by Scooter.
What?
You should look it up.
What genre is that?
90s electro techno kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's absolutely your jam, I know it. We got HawK in the upper right in the red. Going for the rock column, gets it here. Item super important. Zombie mask! Wonderful. And ThorZaIN actually skipping the Merc camp. You were probably right about this one.
I might still do it in a second. Let's see. The Murlocs, by the way. Look at them. They poisoned everything.
Yep.
And oh my god, HawK, he's taking so much damage on his Troll Priest. The Footman has 1 HP. The Troll Priest? It's a disaster.
He can heal himself up. But yeah, the poison... It's good to have that Shadow Priest now to heal against that, but tons and tons of damage done. Thinks ThorZaIN provoked this? Oh man, Sobi and Mental. That's the dream.
Yeah, but there's 2 peasants in the main base of HawK that have very little hit points. We see the tag by ThorZaIN, which means that he's gonna 100% pressure after he gets level 3 here. So he's getting the mercenary camp as 3rd camp here. He still pulled it. He's going for mercenaries. The downside of creeping mercenary camp as 3rd camp is that your 2nd Forest Troll Shadow Priest will come way later, because Forest Troll Shadow Priest, the cooldown starts as soon as you buy him, so you want to buy him usually very early. So HawK should have his 2nd one in 30 seconds, as we see, whereas ThorZaIN will be in 80 seconds.
And that, of course, means 2 Deathspulls against the Water Elementals on HawK's side and only 1 on ThorZaIN's side, both with the
Abolish
Sobi
idiots!
What? Sobi mask on both sides. HawK now with his expansion. While ThorZaIN is creeping, maybe you are the true prophet here, Todd.
Thank you. I do what I can, but I will never have a big enough ego to give that title to myself like you did.
Yeah, you are known for being so humble, eh?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Those peasants in the main, I told you earlier. The Murlocs, bunch of betrayers, they put them on really low hit points. ThorZaIN is happy to put them out of their misery here.
Yep, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4 peasants going down. Of course, good experience here as well. If he's getting that Shadow Priest, that's such a big chunk of experience, but no, not yet. But yeah, damage done, and HawK wasn't mining for a while.
And he doesn't have the goal to start the expansion.
Oh.
And now this is terrible because HawK knows that there is no expo basically from ThorZaIN. What does he do? Does he start tech when ThorZaIN's tech's about to finish? It's a disaster.
Oh my god, it absolutely is a disaster. I mean, HawK's comeback was pretty damn great on map 1, but now ThorZaIN is an entire tech ahead, and there's no expo to back this up. How are you even staying in this game?
He's gonna tech now, but I think when he sees the second hero, he's gonna be, what? He's gonna stay Sto?
Panda it is.
Panda comes in.
Yeah, so much AoE now.
Actually, I've had this kind of game against ThorZaIN before in the past, and trust me, this does not go well because he knows every step he has to take. So he'll go like double Sanctum, and then he'll creep his Panda, not just on your units, but also on the map. He can do his own merchant very easily. And then after that, he'll take expansion before you. You were the one supposed to be the one expanding against one base, but ThorZaIN has expo before you, even though he opened one base. Oh my god, double Ensnare! Okay, the creeps are siding with ThorZaIN. They want Sweden to win a badge here. This is insane.
So biased, oh my god. Of course, ThorZaIN is sharing experience here while HawK is not, so that gives him level 4, a little bit more mana. Insane mana regen, of course, in combination with the Sobi Mask. But yeah, HawK did some damage, HawK got some kills, that's respectable. But ThorZaIN is all over him here now. Another push into the expo.
Yeah, ThorZaIN has no Arcane Tower, actually. So that's definitely a corner that he cut that he might end up regretting, because now there's the Sobi Mask Archmage on the other side finding a lot of kills. And HawK is like, we want to kill peasants, do we? Alright, let's see about that.
ThorZaIN a little greedy, not town portaling here. Finishes the Sanctum, so that one will not be cancelled. Could have put more focus on that. Oh, ThorZaIN misrallying the Shadow Priest a little bit. Now call to arms. Rare to see that. Just
Rang the bell.
Get out of my house.
Alarm!
Alarm?
That is a lot of militia. Oh, he blocked him in. ThorZaIN may be able to force a town portal here. That's Sobi Mask value, by the way, has been unreal here.
On both sides. Yeah.
Has so many water elemental. Well, he has HawK at level 4 so fast here. And the Shadow Priest at the bottom is getting caught. I think that's dead. Can he suicide it? Yes. Oh my god. The creeps again! They trapped the Troll Berserker at the expansion of ThorZaIN.
Okay, finally the town portal. Footman. Oh my god, what's up with these ensnares?
That was actually props to ThorZaIN for running there with his Shadow Priest.
True trolls, standing true to their name. Man, what a wild human mirror. And HawK has bought quite some time here. He has arrived on tier 2. Yeah, there is a level advantage for ThorZaIN, but no expo. That was a good move to disrupt ThorZaIN's early tier 2.
You know, earlier when you were saying like the highlights of today when talking about this series, I was just thinking like, what if one of them finds really good item, the other one really bad, and then it just ends in like 5 minutes. But those games have really delivered so far. Maybe you are a prophet after all.
Well, just by seeing these names, it's not too far-fetched to hope for some great games. And knowing how these players play Human Mirror, that wasn't such a ballsy prediction.
Mount tanking usually scales better later in the game than a Panda, because Stumble Bash is like very important, and that Panda, you know, if he's facing 8 breakers and he gets bolted in the face and targeted, he's obviously gonna have a really rough time. But in this game, it's a Panda almost level 3 against just Mount tanking level 1, and there's no breakers yet. So for now, the Panda is still totally fine. And ThorZaIN, I mentioned it earlier, he's the one somehow expanding earlier than HawK here, which HawK seems to be wanting to do something about it. He doesn't have a town portal He's only attacking because he knows there is no Stormbolt potential and targets. So he wants to kill a couple units, then get out, I think.
Yeah, it is pretty predictable what's gonna happen here. He's trying to find the damage, and he has good damage with his Archmage, with the Water Elementals. Nice spell here, though. Level 3 kills or grills both of these mercenaries. He was trying to delay the second base, but instead he's losing half of his army, and maybe the Mountain King as well. Slipping through.
Slipping through the cracks. Priest gonna get targeted, and yeah, this is the upside of Mountain King. You know, you have like some really good spell to actually catch stuff, kill it, and then get out. Whereas on the other side, obviously in a straight up fight, in a fight that would last, the Panda is really good. Oh, he just critted for 74.
Not bad.
Drunken Brawler coming into effect.
And Muddy as well. First time we see this here. Good slows on the Water Elementals. It's a lot about experience, of course. ThorZaIN caught up to level 4. Actually not too far behind, but this camp gives HawK level 5 and, well, maybe level 2. ThorZaIN is 100% expecting an expansion, but he's walking into a void.
Yeah, and immediately he must be feeling confident now. But he still has to know that it's likely to start sometime soon. I'm a bit surprised he's not doing his own merchant, to be honest. And HawK now level 5.
Yeah.
That could really be the saving grace here. If he keeps on Stormbolting and targeting those priests, takes them out, and then just kind of snowballs in the fight with Water Elementals level 3.
HawK is playing a little risky here. Archmage level 5 goes rogue without a staff, without a TP. Rest of the army is still creeping, will of course take some time. There's almost no damage in this army.
Ooh, ThorZaIN with a nice steal here, prevents MK level 2. But yeah, on the other side, Water Elemental, the big bad Water Tauren, sending a lot of damage here on the Arcane Tower. That's gonna go down. So ThorZaIN's reaction to this is like, okay, you have Archmage across the map, you probably checked inventory, he's like, no staff of teleportation. I'm just gonna attack you.
Yeah.
You don't have Archmage at home, what are you gonna do?
Losing the shop, and losing the shop means losing the tech tree for
Oh my god, the
breakers.
breath. Look at those farms and the altar. He's gonna keep doing that.
Well, you don't need heat when the Panda brings them. Saves you a little bit of money on the bill at the end of the month.
And HawK has to EMK level 1. But now there's starting to be a good amount of breakers.
We don't have control magic yet, so good experience. Next Breath of Fire rattles through. That was the last one.
ThorZaIN has it actually.
Yeah,
stole the
ThorZaIN has
word.
it. But there's no Water Elementals because the Archmage is still on the other side, not participating in this fight.
And this Archmage is a deserter. He's staying over there the whole time. Finally, he's starting to run back. It's so funny, HawK taking this fight too without the rest of his army. Goes for another Stormbolt. Panda has Invuln and Replenishment Potion. He's gonna have to use that in a second.
It's in a bad position if the militia continues to block, which they don't. And now it's time to TP home, finally heal up, and make this expansion pay for themselves.
Peaceful. Oh my god, that gives him level 5.
2 level 3 Water Elementals, an absurd amount of XP. Panda close to 4, Archmage 5.
That's crazy actually. Close to 4, like Drunken Brawler level 2. This guy's gonna crit like harder than the Blade Master.
Also dodging like a demon hunter.
Yeah, this is like you know, like X-Men when they try to build the perfect superhero with the best qualities from every hero. That's the Panda right here.
Well, he has no Brilliance Aura, so there's still something missing.
Hey, what does that say about Brilliance Aura?
Well, someone once told me that the Aura's main purpose is to paint the floor blue. So, shout out.
There are no
100 kg.
mistakes, only happy accidents.
True. HawK continues to push 51 supply against 49 of ThorZaIN. So he's down a base and he pays more upkeep. This feels bad, man.
Yeah, but HawK has more breaker. Actually, he has more breaker without S. He has just the one more right now. ThorZaIN needs to send the police in. Militia is coming in, but the Panda is under threat. There is not an additional Stormbolt right now. He needs to begin the ping pong of the Water Elementals. One of the towers is going to go down very quickly. I think he should cancel that one and focus on saving the other if he can. Some dispel potential on the water as well.
Oh, the repair wasn't too great. Militia trying to save the day. Will HawK be arrested for his sins? It looks like it. Stormbolt on the Militia just to get this one more kill out. But the second base seems to be safe, and if he buys a little more time, then there's gonna be 2 Arcane Towers that deal with Water Elementals, even if it's Water Tauren. HawK moves back, red spot.
Yeah, this is really smart by HawK. Again, like, he's using the fact that he has a Mountain King and Serpenta really well because he's so confident in the fight. So he's like, I'll secure this camp over here, or even just the item. And even if you attack, you can just fully disengage. The fact that ThorZaIN doesn't have Stormbolt makes HawK feel so safe. But actually, wait, he walks into a dead end here.
No TP.
Without a town portal.
Exactly. He's trapped, but who's trapped with whom is the question. Mountain King comes in. There's not too many breakers. Both breakers fall on both sides. Archmage in trouble, trying to go for the hero focus here. If there's another bash, he might be dead. ThorZaIN TP's out, and HawK turns this fight around and is safe again.
Yeah, he actually has a Cloak of Shadows, but I guess there was Cloak of Flames to kind of counter that.
Yeah.
And also, you never know if the opponent's about to use Revelation. ThorZaIN with some sloppy movement. This was not supposed to happen here on the Archmage. HawK, it looks like he's going all in, though, showing up with so many militia. That Arcane Tower is going to help tremendously. If he can keep that alive, he could actually target down those priests. They're going to go down very quickly. And ThorZaIN has a couple Dispels to work with, but not that many. Like, they both went for Water Elemental level 3 in this specific game. The tower is going to go down. Can ThorZaIN hold here to get the Equalizer?
Ping pong starts, back and forth, back and forth. Militia coming in. He could go for like an Ogre Mauler or something from the Mercenary camp. Dispel on HawK's side now. Is he getting a level up soon? Doesn't look like it. Maybe on the Mountain King. AoE is really good, especially if he reaches the backline for the priest. ThorZaIN has to reposition. Breaker wall established for HawK, but ThorZaIN is grabbing the supply lead. Might be running away with it. Of course, he has double income. Both heroes level 4 now. Mountain King still a Stormbolt. Panda has to be careful. He has nothing in his inventory. Oh no! This might be the game. This might be the hero. Mischance is good, of course, but the bash is even better. ThorZaIN down
the Cloak
to
of
one
Shadows
hero.
on the ground.
Oh no!
It's still there. The Panda couldn't take it.
What a disaster! Now having to fight with one hero. ThorZaIN stemming against the defeat.
Yeah, and HawK, so crazy. Like, he just falls behind and he's like, actually, I practice way more than you. I'm way more solid than you. Get out of my game. And 2 times in a row.
Unbelievable comebacks. He was an entire tech down.
Yeah, that's
This is so crazy. Both level 6 now. More Water Elementals. ThorZaIN is losing unit after unit. He's supposed to have the Echo advantage, but HawK takes out all the peasants. More and more militia. But ThorZaIN, 1 lag out of the tournament already.
Yeah, that's super disappointing for him because, like, he's gonna look at those games with a lot of regrets. Kind of feels like he had both of them at some points.
Yeah.
It's not like he was like completely locked, but he was just ahead to the point where if he doesn't make any big mistakes, he probably just wins. And now HawK just cruising to Mountain King level 5 here with a few more snipes.
More and more control magics used here. Mountain King is getting real close to 5. And there we have it. No mana at the moment. ThorZaIN couldn't use Mass Teleport. Does he even skill that? No! GG! Well played! HawK survives and gets his